So I am back. This channel is not dead. This channel is back up and fucking running. We are going to be fucking every 3 days, every 1 week, uploading to this channel. I know I've said it 10,000 times, but this time, this is what's going to happen. I have managed to make room in my hectic lifestyle to be able to vlog at least 3 to at least 3 days to once a week on the minimum, and that's what's going to be happening. We're going to be uploading to the Day by Day channel. We're going to be continuously uploading to the Facebook thing. So if you've not already done it, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and we are back up and running. We are alive. I wanted to very quickly talk to you about being in a dark fucking place, being in a dark situation, being in a situation where you think there is no way out. That is where I was 8-9 years ago. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest and tell you where I was up to. I used to live in a 1-bedroom flat. It was me, my missus now, and my 2 little kids. I remember as if it was yesterday, one particular night that will stay with me for the rest of my life. I was putting my oldest daughter to bed. Okay, I was putting her to bed. I laid her down in a cot, and she'd eventually drifted off to sleep. I was sat on the settee, and my wife was sat across from me, on the opposite side. She looked fucked. She looked depressed, she looked miserable, and she looked knackered. I was the same. I was depressed, I was miserable, I was knackered. We had no money. I had no job because the person that I used to work for was a twat. So we had to go our separate ways. I was looking for work. And when I say I had no money, I'm not talking about having a couple £100 in the bank. I'm talking about no fucking money. I'm talking about not even having £1 to my name, not even having enough money to put fuel in the car or food on the table. We had literally, I was at one stage, I was looking underneath the settee to look for money. I was looking in the car to see if there's any drops underneath the seats. That is how fucking piss poor we were. That is how bad things got. Okay? We were virtually homeless. We had no money and we were virtually homeless. Yet, we didn't give up. We were fucked. We were depressed. Don't get me wrong, it nearly broke us both, but we didn't give up. And this is just the message that I want to give to you guys. If anyone is in a dark place, and you might be watching this video and you might be in a fucking dark place right now. You might be in the same, similar, or worse situation to what I was in, what I've just explained about 8 years ago. But I want to just pass this message on to you. No matter what situation you are facing now, no matter what financial situation you are in, emotional situation you are in, home situation you are in, if you consistently work at something, if you consistently look for work, if you are consistently trying to get back on your feet, something, I promise you, something will give, because that is what happened to us. It eventually gave. It was weeks and weeks of trying to find the right job, trying to find the right working position, trying to do this, that, and the other, but eventually something cracked and it gave. Something just went bang and it gave. So my message to you, don't give up. No matter how bad things are, don't give up. You know, me and my wife weren't eating. We were eating cup of soups because we needed to, whatever money we had to make sure that the kids had food. The kid at the time had food, water, and nappies. You know, we were on our arses and we were nearly homeless. But 8 years down the line, we're no longer in that position. In fact, we're nowhere near that situation that we were once in. But if you were to tell me 8 years ago, when I was sat on that settee, if you were to walk in my flat and say to me, Joe, you would have written your first book. By the way, in the links, will be in the link below this video. It talks all about what I've just talked about. It talks all about that and everything. You would have written your first book. It would be published. If you were to say to me you'd have a Facebook page with nearly 2,000 followers, if you were to say to me you'd have 2 jobs that you absolutely adore, if you were to say to me you were going to start a YouTube channel up and it was going to eventually be successful, which it will be, I'm determined. If you were going to say to me that you would have a fucking dog and 2 cats and you'd live in a nice house and not a squatty little flat in the middle of where I used to live, if you were to say to me, you will leave all of your, you will stop with all of your, what they call not bad habits, with all of your obsessive behaviours, such as self-harm, mental health issues, addiction to pornography, which I was back then, just before the missus came along, an addiction to all that sort of stuff. If you were to say to me that you'll come out of all that and you will fucking succeed and you won't, you'll leave all that behind, I would have said to you, bullshit. I would have said to you back then, no chance. The thing is, though, I didn't give up. My missus didn't give up. We stuck together. We fought together, and we have succeeded to get to where we have got to now. But that is only because we didn't give up. I didn't give up. The wife didn't give up, and we pulled through. So the first video is a motivational video, and it is just to say to you guys, no matter what you do in life, no matter what position you're in, and no matter how bad things look, don't ever give up, because there is hope.